It's December 22nd, 2020. Welcome back. We're going to get a final plan for the working book for our family. And so get your glue and your scissors and whatever other things that you need and ask Santa for the rest.
I decided that I didn't want to monkey around with cutting full-size 8.5 by 11 into quarters. I decided that I wanted to just do one fold and cut and do paste ups or whatever I need to do. So I gutted another book, and this one measures a little over, just a hair or a hair under 9.5 by, we're going to use this, remember we've got a big channel here, so we're going to use the channel as our stop mark. So 9.5 by 6 is what this book board measures on one side, and I reduced the size of the pages that I'm going to use. I don't have to do any cut downs. I actually have a bigger book. Alright, I've jumped a little ahead, and what I've done is I've cut down file folders, and that's what this pile of stuff is right here. This is the top of the file folders. What do I always say? Don't throw away your scraps. And this is the bottom of the file folders. Don't throw away your scraps. I actually have a purpose, I think, for these, but let's get to that later. So I've cut down, these are going to be my signature holders, or my signature dividers. I got more than one in one hand. So I've got 4 of them here, and I've cut them down so that each one of these will be a signature. And there's 4. So let's set these aside for a second and talk about constructing, if you're using book boards, which I am. I said I wasn't going to, but I decided to, because this is my working copy. This is not my big book. This is not my family album or family scrapbook or family document, whatever you want to call it. This is just my working information. If I go to the library, I want something that is easily held in my hand and will fit in a backpack or even a small purse or pocketbook or whatever it is you carry. So what I did, I had made a paste up of the death cards for the memorial service and the obituaries I had for both my great uncle Raymond and my grandfather, which would be his brother William. And I have the obituaries and the memorial cards. Now all I did was put this on one 8.5 by 11. It was for the purpose of cutting each of these components out and adding them to a family database. But then I decided, well, this would make a nice set of book pages. So that's what I did. I lined the book with, I actually had to make 2 paste ups, as you can see. I had to photocopy a second one and do a paste up here. I would make this one continuous page, an 11 by 14, a legal size, if this was somebody else's book, but it's my book. I don't care that there's a paste up here. I got the information, as you can see, I got the information. This will be hidden, the obituaries, but if I open it up and I just need to see, oh, this is Uncle Ray's, and here's most of the information here. So I did that, but before I did that, I made a spine. I took a bunch of scraps that were about as wide as the spine. I think I glued up 4 or 5 of them together to give some stiffness, and I pasted those in just shy of the folds on either end, just shy. So in from here a little bit, and then down from the top and up from the bottom. And before I did this paste up, I also put in, I didn't have any bandage gauze, but I did have 3x3 they're sort of stretchy fabric, 3x3 bandage or gauze, but it wasn't gauze, it's fabric. And I opened them up long ways, and I had enough to fold in, so I have a double layer, and that extends right to here. If you could touch it, you could feel it. So now I have this flexible fabric, and my my book pages, or my end papers on top. And also, I'd like to point out, you can see that I've started to punch some mark holes, because this is going to be a modified Midori style binding. So there will be elastic or string or twine or what have you, 4 of them, front and back, and I'll be able to slide in. I don't have enough room here to put eyelets, so I'm not going to worry about that. It is what it is. Alright, now, I wanted to do a mock-up of the pages. So far, the only thing I've had to cut, is my signature front and back. And I preserved the folding score marks, and use those and sacrifice the tabs. I can always make tabs for this side and attach them here if I decide that's what I want to do. Now, for the inside, all I did was print a mock-up of a note page and fold it in half, just directly in half. But as you can see, because I've marked the edge so you could see it, when I open it up, this copy is a little too big, and this copy is a little too small. So I went into my editor, I made these images, and I marked the center line, which is always 5.5 inches. I want this white space to be, I want the white space to be where the fold line is. So now if I fold this, when I open it up, the background or the note paper is in the right place, so that I can fold it and I can have all of this to write. And these pages, along with my, you've seen these before, my family group sheets, these will make up the pages for my signatures. This one, I'm irritated enough with myself that I cut this off and didn't paste it up well, that I'm going to fix this so that I have a master group sheet and master note paper for each of these signatures. Last up in the queue before I bid you adieu for your holiday break, those bottom offcuts of the files. All I did, since they're pretty much within reason exactly the same size, I noticed that they were almost the same size as my obituaries. And I thought to myself, well, what else can we do with this? So I've just laid out the 4 offcuts this way, and I've put a temporary tab on this one so that you can see that you can easily make this a 2-spot waterfall, or if you wanted to stack them up, you could do you could easily do a 4-up waterfall, although this is, you know, since I haven't tacked it down, it looks kind of messy like this, but whatever. You would space it out accordingly. So your tab would allow you to flip up and get to the ones underneath. Or you could put the tab on the top so it will open up the top. And then I discovered, oh, Not only are obituaries a standard newspaper column size, which is roughly 2.5 inches, if you didn't leave a margin on either side, it would be just a hair under, like maybe not 2 1/4, but maybe 2 3/8 or something like that. There's a standard size for it. So I thought, well, I could take all my obituaries and I could put them by family groups, and I would have this quick information because it gives, siblings, and it gives sometimes children or just a number of grandchildren. Like here it's 27 grandchildren. I know it wouldn't lose any of this information to reprint these and put them in this little waterfall file. Or if you have the blessing card or the memory card from a memorial service, these smaller ones will fit exactly into this offcut, and you could waterfall them or you could paste them down, whatever you want to do. One per file, or maybe, I don't know, maybe 4 per file at least if you accordion folded them with washi tape. So once again, don't ever throw away your scraps. There's the reason why.
That's all I have for you today. Until I see you again on January 1st, 2021. God bless you. I hope your days are merry and bright. See you soon.